draws focus and calls the God of the Joneses. Yes. My nails are done, my neck is warm, and I've got my brand new coat. Paid $500 for this mofo. And I got my weed to smoke. Send the kids to school with a brand new phone. Paid $1,000 for that. I got my hair all dyed real nice in my $90 hat. New car ride, it drives itself. My mistress has fake tits. I'm drowning in my needle sweat, and my wife has fake lips. Our dog is small and worthless, and it eats at KFC. And if my life hopes don't come alive, my kids I'll never see.
Hey, what's happening? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope everybody's doing good. Guitar Shocker, welcome, man. Get this up here where I can see ya. There we go. All right, Oscar, hello. I knew you'd come in on that. I appreciate it. You must work on guitars because you always answer questions in the correct way, in my humble opinion. But it's cool to see that. So this is a very inexpensive Tanara brand guitar built in China. We sell them here at our shop, and we go through every one of them and set them up as if they were a $50,000 Martin. So when you buy one of these guitars, for this one probably $199 or something, you're going to get something that is I don't know, equal to or greater than something that was built in an American factory. What can I say? Brad, hello. I sold on these strings that were light gauge called silk. Yeah, silk and steel. I like it. Yeah. Oh, cool. Guitar Shocker, cool. I wonder what they did. I don't know if you did that yourself, but I need to dig into this one right off the bat because I am buried in guitars. I'd show you all the guitars that but I can't. So what we have is a saddle that has notches cut into it, and a nut that somebody went crazy with, and the strings are actually touching the fingerboard. So I'm gonna have to do a new nut and a new saddle, which is gonna cost about as much as the guitar. But this guitar, these two guitars, I have another one here. They've both been stored in a barn or in a very dusty environment, and they are just terribly trashed. But these are two young girls that are learning to play guitar. Both of them play piano, and they need them. I want them to have them in their hands so they can start learning to play. So we're going to just dive right in with this one. Number one, we've got a saddle here that is plastic, which sucks. But hey, I have a whole bag of these pre-cut, pre-compensated saddles that should fit in here. I may have to do a little work. Look at that, it fits right in there, just exactly like the old one, actually tighter than the old one. I can almost pick the guitar up with this, almost. It's a close call. So I'm gonna line these bad boys up and just do a real quick sanding on this one, and I'll have to do the same thing. They have the same radius, following the neck radius. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line on these. It's a good way to, this is a great way to get a head start on getting a saddle lined up that you have to replace. Got everything looking good here. Got the top. Now I'm going conservative on this because I don't want to take too much, so I want this saddle to be a little bit tall. I'm okay with that. I can hand sand off the remainder of the material. I use my 0.5 mil. Silk and steel strings are really pretty, in my humble opinion, some of the most comfortable strings I've ever played. And I've gotten my line drawn on there, and it's a little crooked, so we're going to start over with that. I'll just wipe that off of there. And when I sand this off, I'm going to have to go out to the shop to use my belt sander. Let's see if I can erase this. Yeah, the eraser works good. I want to get this. I'm hurrying too much. I'm so busy that I can't be wasting steps. So, and I just wasted one. Again, if you go out to the van to grab an extension cord, grab a drill while you're at it. Don't waste any steps. There's not really a great way to measure, you know, a new saddle without having an exact replica of the saddle. So I've got my line drawn on there. Probably couldn't see me doing that. My camera guy's drinking again. Oscar, are you a luthier? I'm curious. Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll make the action perfect, of course. I don't let anything leave here that's not perfect. Wow. Zero fret. Huh. How does it do for intonation on a guitar that's already set up? I'm curious. That's an interesting point that you bring up, Oscar. I need to step outside and grind this down, and I'm going to go ahead and knock the nut off of here before I do that, so that I can kill two birds with one stone. Here's the old nut, and you can see somebody went nuts cutting nut slots in this thing. So I want to set this up for better string action, and string action that actually works. So there we go. And the new nut is ever so slightly wider, so I'm going to have to take a little bit off the sides, but the string spacing is perfect. I'm not going to have to change a thing on a pre-cut nut. So I'm going to do the same process with this. Nuts are a little bit more difficult to do this with because they're so small. That's what she said, right? I joke, ladies. Nobody get offended. Okay, here we go. We're gonna draw a line on this, and now I will leave the line because I know the nut action is tall enough, and I'm gonna have to sand into that quite a ways. But now I've got a good line to at least remove a bunch of material very quickly. So give me a couple minutes. Now compensated nuts will enhance the intonation. The intonation is based on distances, and we have straight lines that we're dealing with, so it's impossible to intonate a guitar properly. But I don't know, I can't stand 0-fret guitars, but that's my personal taste. They've built a lot of really good ones, but the 0-fret guitar is not a fan. I prefer having a nut, and a bone nut at that. Give me a couple minutes to go sand on these. I'm going to put some music on for you while we're at it. And I'll be right back. Give me about, let's see. Oh, what can I do here? I should just be able to, now I'm not going to play any copyright music, because, you know, it's nice to keep my live stream and the chat intact. People complaining about copyright strikes is kind of funny, but that's seems like it'd be the way it goes. Come on, where are we? There we go. Hang on. Let's see. So we'll go to navigating on this thing. Let's see. Let's pause this. And we'll go to, how about this one? I might be able to make it back before the song is over. Well, let's pause this for a moment. Thank you. Yeah, let's do this. This should just randomly play.
Why We always love it when you sing along. Oh, Daryl, you always been a good friend of mine. And we know you wouldn't want to see us cry, but we just can't help it when you ain't got long. So we thought we'd sing you just a one more song. It's always been Daryl and Sharon.
Okay, sorry about that. Again, trying to conduct a show, answer phones, sell foot pedals, work on a guitar, get up in the morning. I'll bet. Yeah, you don't have this one, bro. I'm almost certain of that. Sorry. Sorry about the sound. Again, my director's sleeping on the job. I'm going to use some 11 to 52s on this. We're going to go with light gauge strings. We'll check my. Looks like 70% of folks said to use lighter gauge strings. And having been a guitar teacher for 20 plus years, that's kind of my thought too. Yeah. No, 70%. Well, I'm using light gauge strings. Yeah, that's the old 53, dude. It's so close. I can't wait. All right.
Oh, it's in the queue.
It's
getting ready to be worked on.
Yeah, amongst so many others, but that thing is so close. I got to put the binding on it and then do the bridge and saddle, and I'll be able to get strings on it in a matter of a couple days once I can get stuff glued down. Ah, my hero.
Right back through there.
Thank you. So what I've got is that 4-track.
Yeah.
I showed you this. Oh, I showed you
this too.
Huh?
What's the deal on this?
That's
Is this a practice amp when you test
Yeah.
guitars and stuff?
Yep.
Is it
Well, that one's a 1941 or 42 era.
I've never seen one like it.
Dude, you never will. That might be the oldest amp you'll ever lay eyes on. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a real deal.
Wow.
We gotta ask a pretty hefty price
Oh, yeah.
for it just
Oh, I
because
don't-
of the age
Oh yeah.
and the handle's like the coolest part of the whole thing.
Just a whole bunch of colored wire.
Yeah. The only thing we've done to it was we had to recap it.
Mm.
It had the original caps in it, but you turn it on and there's no volume and it's just grit. The electrical noise, the filter caps were just toast. Some of the original caps are still in it. They don't have any voltage hitting them. They made it. I know, dude. Yeah, I had a guy looking at it the other day.
Both the strings hit right at the same time, isn't it?
Oh, is that? Oh, you're playing 12 string?
I've never played it.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, my dad's picked up guitar in the last couple of years. He's just having a ball with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your dad?
Yeah, it's my father.
Oh
yeah.
my God,
He's over
that's cool.
down visiting from Western Washington.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Whereabouts?
Port Orchard. My
Port Orchard,
where I grew
alright.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
They used to live at the same house when I was a kid.
Yeah. I haven't spent much time in, other than, of course, Seattle and Olympia and all that.
Yeah. I was up in Seattle a couple weeks ago, and I just walked one end from the city to the other and just
Yeah.
checked into all the old stomping grounds. And
Did you catch a salmon?
what's that?
Did you catch a salmon?
No,
Catch a
no,
fish?
I almost
With
jumped
your
in
hands?
the water though. I was up there for a writing conference, so it was like
Oh, yeah.
shit in the you know what I mean, like the convention center, big ass thing in one big building.
Yeah.
So I, go in and sit down and see a reading and just be like, oh man, I gotta get away from all these people. And then I walked Pioneer Square and then up through Capitol Hill and then over,
Yeah, yeah.
just popping into bars and.
I had a friend that moved to Seattle, went to the Art Institute, graduated from the Art
I
Institute.
cleaned the windows of that building.
You did?
When I was window cleaner there.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I love that place.
Yeah. I spent some time there. I almost went to school there.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
I think I got a better education working in studios versus
Right.
paying to work in one.
Yeah.
So what I got to show you
Yeah.
is, and
Yeah, that's
this thing, you've seen it before.
Marshall did
But that
let
dude-
my grandson do a little work on that. That came in probably 20 pieces. Come on over.
Wow.
Marshall?
Download the manual for it.
Oh, yeah, ask that guy back there asking for Greg, talking to Greg.
Greg's my son.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Well, that's, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're down visiting.
That's awesome. Well, you're a guitar player too.
I can. No, I'm not really a guitar player. I can get around.
Well, I play in a band with my son.
Yeah.
The Wasteland Kings. And
Yeah, we play. I mean, we play together. I can do campfire music
Yeah,
and stuff like
that's
that.
the best, man.
You know.
you know,
I'm not a, I don't know what you would call a polished guitar player. But I enjoy the hell out of it.
totally.
You know, I played guitar when I was younger. Life got in the way. I retired and I picked it back up at 62. And I thought, well, this time I'm going to get busy and taking lessons, you know. So I'm learning a bit of theory, so I actually know
Do you
where
live
I'm
in
at.
Miami?
No, I live in Port Arthur, Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just too big.
Yeah.
It's got that little half that's a little dinky thing that I can use.
Gregor,
It sounds great. You
we
crank it up
better
all
get to
the
mom
time.
before too long.
It's pissed off from the amplifier.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Greg, you
Plus,
better take that
we
board
left
back there. Are you
Oh,
ta-
I know. You'd make the next masterpiece on that thing.
Oh.
You know, it's probably. I mean, like I was saying to Marshall, it looks like something Gary Newman recorded on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like,
Well, they're kind
Right,
of becoming
19.
the thing again.
oh, I love them. Yeah.
You
It's tricky sometimes. I'm still wrapping my head around how to move tracks around. But because I was using that I bought that Fostex MR8 digital 4-track here in like 2006. And just worked it to the bone.
Yeah.
Just worked it into dust, you know. Best $300 I ever spent.
Yeah.
You know.
That does make it easy.
You see that Gibson up on the wall?
All right.
Right behind you. Oh, yeah, I see that thing. Hey, Marshall, what year did we decide that Gibson was?
What's that?
That old Gibson, what year did you decide that was?
53.
53.
All right. Yeah. Power pins would help. Power pins. Are these broken? You're always reinventing the wheel.
Thanks for the tour, Marshall.
What's that? Oh yeah, you're welcome, bro.
Okay.
All right, keep it in mind, dude. Yeah. So what I can see right now is that my nut height is way too high. So rather than spend a bunch of time grinding these strings down, or the slots down, which I could do, I'm gonna go take a little more material off the bottom of this nut. Sometimes we gotta do stuff twice in order to make sure that when we do it the final time that it's done right, and we don't have to spend a whole bunch of extra time, and it'll be faster for me to take it out to the belt sander versus sitting here trying to get her to, and 2 drops of CA glue and the nut comes right out of there. That's why 2 drops of CA glue, and you can see that none of the material came off of there. I will take a razor blade and scrape the excess CA glue off of here. So I've definitely got to get this ground down a bit, quite a bit more. It's way too high at this point. It's funny how on guitars companies try and reinvent the wheel on so many things. All the types of machine heads that come out and such. I'm not opposed to trying something new, not at all. If I have time, but I gotta be honest, I'm so busy with work to get guitars like this taken care of that I don't have time to test a lot of new stuff, because I do my own thing once in a while when I have a minute. I did take Wednesday off this week. It was the first day in 36 days that I'd had off. And my coworker who's sick is experiencing some infections from his surgery, and we don't need to get too far into that, but it's a testament that if you take care of yourself, you can heal up pretty darn quickly. So we're having to work several days more in a row, but I did take Wednesday off. Trimmer, I'll show you that in just a few minutes. We're going to get to that soon enough. If you can hang in, that's a great question. I use a feeler gauge, and I measure at 16 thousandths to the first fret action. So I'm going to go take, but I know that this nut is way too tall top to bottom here. So I'm going to go remove some more material off of this. Give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put some music back on for you. Let's see, I think I can do that. Here, we'll go to, I'm just going to leave this window open. What a dumbass. And we'll go to something that's not copyright infringed. I could probably play all of Mark Tanner's songs and wouldn't have a problem, but let's see, we'll go ahead and do this, and let's see, we'll go to OBS, and turn this. Mute my voice. There we go. Hopefully you guys enjoying the music while I'm out working. Let's see. So I've taken a little bit more material off the bottom of this saddle, or this nut, sorry. Freudian slip. A couple of small drops, and I'm doing it over the top of the guitar so that if I drip, I will definitely get CA glue on the guitar. Right? That's my job. I might have taken a bit too much off of there. We shall see. Did I take too much? No, I didn't take too much. I'm checking the spacing left to right on this to make sure that's correct. And hit it. We'll just let things lie where they lay. Let's see what happens here. Boy, I might have got real lucky with this. Boy, I got close. I definitely am close. There we go. Right on. Just checking my alignment. Alright, now a few things I've done on this guitar. I should be pretty close to being in pitch right there. Let me get this out of the way. Yeah, let's see. Power pins. So, Vanzini, I'll show this to you. Let me point my camera. Well, we got a couple of really old things over in this part of our shop. And I've been asked to give everybody a world tour of the shop. But I just don't have time. So this is a 53 Gibson LG2. It's still on the operating table. And then we have, this is the old bugger that, this is for sale. If anybody's interested in owning an amp built in 1942, this is definitely for sale. And it ain't gonna be cheap. Probably one of the oldest amplifiers anybody will ever see. Let me turn some light on. Get some light on this situation. Here's what she looks like. And again, the coolest part of this is the handle that some old bugger bound up with baling wire, electrical tape, leather, and like a key ring or something. It is a Kalamazoo. Has the original speaker, original transformer, and we have an original tube complement all together, and it's for sale. So that's that. Pretty cool. That may be one of the oldest amps any of you will ever lay eyes on. I don't know. You could probably see pictures of older ones. My journeyman just came in. How you doing, Stu?
Getting better.
You feeling better?
Some other problems, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Boy, we could use you.
I know. I want to get back.
I miss you, man.
If I'm at all feeling up to it, I'll let you know on Saturday. I might be able to work Sunday for you.
Oh. Well, I don't want you to don't
But it's a short
not
day.
before you're
if
ready.
I'm up to it at all, I'm gonna let you know Saturday.
Yeah, you not before you're ready, man. That's,
Yeah, but I want you to get a little bit,
yeah.
be able to sleep in at least one day.
Yeah. I mean, even having somebody answering phones, Joey will be here.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. All right.
If I can keep him off his phone.
Yep, exactly. Well, I'll let you know for sure.
All right,
And
brother.
I might even be filling up to it Saturday, but I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, there went my coffee.
And spilled a little bit. You got a rag there, buddy?
Yeah. See that.
There you go. Oh, don't want to lose this stuff either.
Ignab
You
it.
got all the drippy stuff here.
You're not supposed to be doing that, Stu.
Oops, I got a little. There's
Yay!
might wanna
Spare
wipe
parts. All right. Boy, we have about 18,000 guitars to fix.
Well,
I ain't kidding, dude.
oh,
They just keep coming. I don't have anywhere to put them.
6-string, double rod.
Yeah. I can't wait. I started working on that one, but these came in, and I got to get these ones
And
done.
it's a little tricky, double rod. I don't know if you've
Oh,
done it.
boy.
Yeah, sometimes you chase it and chase the other rod and loosen one.
You loosen one, and it makes the other one go. Yeah, the Rickenbackers. Remember those?
Yep, and they're notorious for bad truss rod problems.
Again, reinvent the wheel, you
And
dummies.
sometimes they'll even bend.
Yeah.
The nuts will bend on the bend the rods and actually ruin the rods. But luckily, you can pull them out.
The rods on that. Well, on
That one you
on
can't.
Rick,
but I know on
maybe.
Rick you can. But
Yeah. Well, I'm staying with it, brother. I did take Wednesday off this week, so I got a day. I have clean shirts. I even had a green shirt to wear today.
oh, good.
Right? So I'm doing good. Oh, yeah.
I love the music. I love the music. That's one of my favorite things about living in Texas. You know? I'm looking at these dates as we're talking, so we should have them in seconds. That sounds great. I've got June and July I just sent to you, and I'll do August and September right now. Yeah. No, we're not. Let me talk to Chris. We generally take the winter off, but I bet you can do something for you.
All right.
You found it, huh?
Found it. We had a Richard Marx CD in stock. Can you believe it?
Cool.
Unbelievable. All right. Okay. So we'll get to setting up the nut height. I was asked about how I set the proper nut height, and I'm sure others have maybe shared their methods, and that's great. There's like 18,000 ways to skin a cat when it comes to 2, 3.
I just had his gallbladder removed. You're not ready to take any blindfolds?
And I'll get to showing you how I set the proper nut height, and it should be more like nut slot height would be more of the proper phrase for that, because want to make sure it's in tune, get some tension on this neck. And I was pretty close. So, first thing I'm going to check, since we got that one was made in Chicago, it was made in Kalamazoo. My geography's terrible. Hey, thanks, Fanzini. Yeah. All right. Okay, so I've got this thing set up. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of do a brief check on our nut height here, Trimmer, and you're going to see how I go about gauging the proper nut height. This is a 16 thousandths feeler gauge, like a gap tool for a spark plug, right? One of the greatest tools for guitar repair, the history of guitar repair. So, and we are way too high at this point. However, this is where your order of operations becomes a very important part of the trade. And I'm going to go ahead and lower those nut slots now. I'm not going to lower them completely, but at the same time, I'm going to, well, before I get to that, I'm going to go ahead and, gosh, I thought I might get an afternoon off, but okay, so we're at 8/64, 7/64, down to about 7/64. So we're 8/64 and, or 9/64 and 7/64. So we wanted it 5/64 and 4/64 and 5/64. So I need to remove, we're at 9/64 here, I need to remove 8/64 off the bass side, and I need to remove, I want to get down to 4/64. I need to remove, boy, I got to be real careful about my measurements here. We're going to call that 7. We're going to call that 7/64. So I got to remove 6/64 and 8/64. And I'm going to jot that down. 6/64 treble, 8/64 bass. Yes, you can reduce those to 30 seconds if you choose, that's fine. But before I do that, so I've written that down, I'm going to go ahead and get some work done on the nut here. And trimmer, this will answer your question about how you get the proper nut height. And we want a 52. So on my, I can see that. So I'm going to start with the D string. I usually measure from the inside out just because it seems like it makes the strings easier to move. There's really no good legit reason for that. But I can see I'm about twice as high. And this is an important part of why you should keep your string pack handy, because the D string is a 30 thousandths, so you want to use the proper nut filing gauge, and we're going to go with a 30 thousandths. And here is where your nut height gets set. Woohoo! This is how you adjust your first fret action. It's close. Now, I typically do this last, but I want to get them a little bit closer before I adjust the saddle height. Again, nut, saddle's at the other end of the guitar. Got a long ways to go. And this is where you don't want to go too far. You go too far at this point and starting over. I'm right on the edge, so I'm going to leave that one be. This is a 42. I got a 42 right here. This is how you adjust your nut height to get it absolutely perfect. Seems like my 42 nut file is pretty aggressive. So we're right getting close. I'm going to take a little more off of that. And I like to cut down at an angle on the back side of this so that the string is making very little contact with the nut. And you can hear that start to, oh, I'm sorry, my camera guy's probably drinking again. You can hear it start to hit, so I'm very close on that A string. And we'll move that one out of the way, and we need a 52, and we got a 54. I'll go ahead and use this. It's okay that the nut slot's a little bit wide. You just don't want it too narrow. I've done this on a lot of my live streams, and having the proper tool for the job, when I'm asked, people ask me how to do stuff, that's an important part of the equation. Having the right tool for the job, and having good quality tools is very helpful. And when you're doing this, you want to be very careful not to dig into the headstock of the guitar. You can always fix a little scratch, but still got a ways to go on that. Being very careful not to put a scratch in the headstock. There we go. A lot of work goes into. There we go. G string, a 22. We need a 22 thousandths. Where's my 22? And this file's getting worn pretty good. I might need to buy a new one. I'm hoping I can still find those files. We're close enough there. And we need a 15 thousandths. Where do I got a 15? I got a 15 here someplace. Typically you want to cut your nut slots for the set of strings that you're going to put on your guitar, and it's a good idea to cut them about 2/1000ths of an inch bigger than the string gauge. That's a good rule to follow. Then the string has plenty of room and to move. There we go. And we got an 11 thousandths here at the top with a treble E string. And I need to grab my 11. Here we go. Where's my 11? There we go. Cutting a nice deep slot on the back side of the saddle, or the nut, sorry, Freudian slip. I do that a lot. And generally you want about half of the string sticking up above the and that one's actually perfect. That's how I like those. Alright, so there we go. We've got our there's your nut sluts trimmer. I bought mine from Philadelphia Lutherie years ago. I've had this set of files, gosh, going on 7 or 8 years. So we're going to bring it back up to pitch. keep in mind, this guitar was probably $200 the day it was purchased, right? Maybe 200 bucks. All right. So the next step in the process before we establish our saddle height is to check the neck relief. We've got our nut close enough that we can adjust that at the end of the whole process. So we're going to check our neck relief, which this has a 4 millimeter. Well, I'll do this up here. Try and get you in the shot here. Hopefully Cheryl Crow's not in there. All right, so we got way too much neck relief. So we're gonna have to tighten the truss rod. Tighten the truss rod to flatten it out, loosen it, to create more neck relief. So here we go. We're gonna get the neck relief just right, which this will lower the action ever so slightly. And it will also affect the intonation of the instrument because you're not bending a string so far to create a note. You bend a note that far, well, your note's out of pitch, right? All right, we've got a ways to go on this, so I'm gonna have to turn this truss rod quite a ways, which I flattened the fingerboard out before I started, and I saw a guy. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. I saw a guy do something with his Allen key that I cannot believe it's taken me this long to learn this little trick. I actually feel kind of dumb that I didn't think to do something like this. Am I going to be able to force that bad boy on there? I wonder. Will it go? Will it go? Yeah, it'll go. It's going to take some doing. I want to improve my tools constantly. I guess I could cut a few pieces of this. I might have to do that. Well, here's what I am gonna do. Boy, I'm gonna skip doing that right now. I'll do that on my own time. I'll take my wrench home tonight and figure out a way putting some plastic coating, but as you can see, I'm being really careful not to let my wrench make contact with the strings as I'm tightening this. We had to tighten it quite a bit. Okay, where's my... There we go. Perfect. So now we have perfect neck relief with the string tension on the guitar. And let's check our string height. At the 12th fret, look at that, 5/64 and 4/64. Well, I'll be dipped. Look at that. Let's check our string action up here, first fret action. Well, let's see how she plays. Now, I won't guarantee that everybody would have the same luck if you're doing this for the first time to your own instrument, because I've done this a lot, obviously, so it's like a little bit of experience helps. If you don't have it, you need it. How many people are freaking out because I'm stretching my strings like this. Are we freaking yet? Woohoo! And there again lies the mistake that I made. I didn't file off this this saddle or the end pin. I didn't file off the end pin with an angle, so the ball end caught up on the end of the. And I am hurrying here, trying to go quickly. $20 guitar. Listen to that.
Is that ours?
No.
Oh. Sounds good.
Boy, sometimes we just get lucky. My nose is a little bit runny today. Hope I'm not coming down with something. That would be tragic. Holy smokes. I'll tell you what. If you were sitting around the campfire and somebody handed you this junky old guitar, if you complained about it, I'd send you home. A young girl who's about 12 years old is going to be playing this thing, and just like that, we're ready to go. Yeah. No. Gypsy jazz strings sound great. Oscar, dude, I'm not kidding you. This is one of the cheapest guitars built under the sun, period. Cheapest hardware, cheapest wood, probably green wood. Yeah, this is a cheap ass guitar. But again, if somebody was to hand this to you, or you're at the campfire banging out Hotel California, way too slow, by the way, I don't think any of you would complain about playing this thing. Fantastic little guitar, and I don't care if it's $40 guitar or $40,000 guitar, they should all play well. It's not what's the most expensive guitar to buy, it's what's the best setup guitar to buy. That should be the question guitarists ask. Not what do they look like. And virtually any guitar that you would buy brand new at a guitar shop, I would say that if you brought it to me and had me set it up before you played it, you'd probably be happier with it right out of the gate. But then you got to spend some money on it. So it's a good investment. You need to have a luthier that you can trust or learn to do it. And after all of that, thinking I'm going to have to take more distance off the saddle and all that, this thing is perfect. It's perfect. So this guitar is going to be in the hands of a 12-year-old young lady who's going to get to play it, and the fortunate thing is she won't need to learn what it's like to play a guitar that's set up shitty. It's just tragic that so many kids are given instruments that are really terribly set up, and I think a lot of youngsters and even older people will quit playing because they're so difficult to play. So there you go. There's that one. Like I said earlier, these guitars are.
Are you guys separate with car stereos, or?
Is there nobody over there to help you?
Yeah, no, there's an older gentleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he on the phone right at the moment? Was he on the phone right now?
Okay. On the computer or something.
Yeah. Okay. I think he can help you.
Do you install them yourself?
No.
You're not
I work on guitars here.
I'm just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know enough to be dangerous, but I've got like 18,000 guitars that need my help.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just trying to get that done. What are you after? Are you looking to have a new stereo put in your rig?
Well, first of all, I have like an 04 pickup, and it's not ejecting the cassettes.
Cassettes?
I'll get for you. What's neat is these older trucks. I have a lot of old music on tape cassettes.
Yeah.
And these older stereos, they had the combination. They had the cassette player and the CD player.
Yeah.
And but anyway, this thing's not. But it's not. I like to travel. I like to listen to CDs. And sometimes the stories on CDs. I got to go to Twin Falls, so I have a cassette stuck in there.
Yeah. Oh, there's a cassette stuck in it?
Yeah, stuck in there. But probably, I don't know. It was just Who works on your things? The gentleman out there?
We have a technician here, but he's doing car stereo installs. I might be able to help you. I can give it a shot.
Just to get it out of there, at least.
Yeah, that's all you need is for me to get that.
Well, we'll try that for now. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to Twin Falls next week, and I come back.
We gotta have music.
I'll have your technician look at it.
Yeah, you might want to consider. There aren't a lot of options with regard to cassette decks, although there are cassette deck made still, but we're talking about very old technology that is
I hear you.
not obsolete, but close. Let me see if I can give you a hand with that. I'm going to grab a couple of tools here.
What gets me is I don't see any kind of system that you can buy and plug your cassette, a tape in to make a CD out of it. You know,
Okay.
it just gets weird. I've tried different things, and I've had.
Yeah.
But you got nice thin pliers there. Yeah.
Well, and honestly, that's kind of why the industry went away from those, because there's so much failure built into those things with respect to the ejecting the cassettes. There's a lot of mechanical parts.
Okay, so you're saying the newer CD.
The newer stuff, CDs and stuff, are gonna, and even that's become obsolete technology.
Huh.
But don't let me. I mean, cassettes still sound like nothing else.
Yeah.
We sell more vinyl than we sell CDs. So, guys, I'll be right back. Let me come out and see if I can help
All right,
you
I
with
appreciate
tape deck, and we'll let you guys look at this beautiful
You're an
guitar.
old rock and roll guy. What I thought I was at Woodstock in 1969.
Yeah, just me. Yeah, you finally got an A team in here. I got them ordered. Got them tagged up in order. We should have a crew. Okay. From the caller? Yeah. Good. Make him fix it. Tell him it came that way. Yeah. This thing committed suicide. Yeah. Oh, that's a little guitar head. Yeah. It's like the thing's like $200 to $300. All digital power. No, I mean it's for you can drive like 212s and yeah, yeah.
usually a polite thing, you know, if somebody helps you, tries to help you, and they, even if they can't succeed, it's a good idea to hand them $5 or something, you know. That's what I would do. Some people have forgotten the power of the almighty dollar. Alright, so I think what we've got going on here is some extreme neck relief. Let's see what's happening. I think we've got extreme neck relief. Has everybody heard the new Extreme tune? And I am absolutely right. This is 12 thousandths of an inch. We have about 24 thousandths of an inch of neck relief here, but it doesn't look like the nut and the saddle are as buggered up as the other guitar. And this is virtually an identical instrument to that other one. So we're gonna, yeah, wow, this truss rod is very loose. There we go. I'm not worried about touching the strings at this point because these strings are coming off of here. So, and I don't even have all 6 strings on it, so we're just going for close. We'll start at the beginning. And I can already see that the string action is much better. I've gone a little too far. Which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and pull these strings off, clean this guitar up, and we'll do the full setup. Yeah, the first fret action even looks pretty decent on this thing. So here we go. Let's get some strings on this bad boy. We're going to clean up the fingerboard and clean up the top of the guitar and get all the dust off of it. Do the old spring cleaning thing. I'm guessing these guitars probably haven't been played a whole lot. And they both had a broken treble E string because the young people that own these guitars probably need to learn to tune them properly. Which, if they happen to be here at the shop when they pick their instruments up, I will teach them how to do that. Okay, got every tool in my toolbox out here on the bench right now, which is how it goes when you're working on guitars. See, if you do live streams when nobody else is working, you probably get a lot of views. So that's kind of cool that some people are able to do live streams in the evening hours when the rest of us aren't at work. That's cool. I disagree, Oscar, but by reinforced, yeah. Let's see. Hi, Zach. Let's get the. So we're gonna start on this one by polishing up the frets. I'm gonna go ahead and use this old rag that I used already. Yeah. And you can watch what happens to these frets with this polishing compound that I use. We'll just watch them get shiny. These things are just corroded to beat the band. But you can see the difference here. They look nice. It's funny how banks are open from 9 to 4 now when everybody's at work. Because they don't want to help anybody. And they're not open on weekends. when everybody should be doing their banking instead of wasting their fucking time during the week. When they should be home with their families, they've got to go do their banking. So, some poor bank employees got to be to work at 9 o'clock in the morning. My goodness, that's tough. I'll be here tomorrow and Sunday. So if you're off work and need some repair work done on your guitar, I'll be working while you're not, so that I can help you. Auto parts stores open while everybody else is working. What do you do? Take a day off? What do you do? What do you do? How do you get anything done? Apparently we're able to do it. Oh, and here's another thing. We'll fix on this guitar is the strap lock, or the strap lock or strap button. I do not ever, never. This is intolerable for me. Not that this youngster will ever know, or that will know now, but tying your guitar strap to the headstock of your acoustic guitar is a really, really bad idea. Super bad idea. It works, but the whole time you're playing your guitar, it's not in tune. Anytime you lean on it, anytime you put any weight on it, anytime you dig in and play a little harder, you're bending the neck out of pitch. You're changing the intonation of the instrument. I will never recommend tying a strap to the headstock of a guitar. In fact, and not that anybody, especially young people, would know better than this, and it's not something that's even important to them. The intonation of a guitar to a young person, it doesn't matter. They don't even know or notice even. Their ear isn't developed so they can hear a chord that's out of tune, because their strap is causing a problem with the intonation of the instrument and the actual pitch of it. So what we're going to do is fix this. They've used a shoelace here. I need to sharpen my pocket knife. Good old 30-year pocket knife, I think. Well, not that long, but I've had it a long time. We're just going to get rid of that. And we're going to put a strap button on this thing. And I got to go grab one. I usually have them here, but I just ran out. I used my last one on her sister's guitar. So we'll take care of that. Oh, you know what? I think I have a gold one. Gold hardware, gold strap button, right? Gold hardware, gold strap button. That'll look really nice. So here we go. I got a whole bag of gold strap buttons. Now, one of my favorite things to do is to drill holes in guitars. I love doing it. This would freak most dudes out. Like, oh my God, gotta drill a hole in the guitar. So here we go. Here's how you put a strap button on an acoustic guitar. This might be a new one for me. Never use power tools on a guitar. Never ever use power tools on a guitar. Okay, you follow me? Don't ever use a power tool on a guitar because you could mess one up. I almost said the F word. I think I said it earlier, so I've already been blocked from having kids listen to my educational program. Where is, well, heck. There it is. Strap button on a guitar. Here we go. Oh boy. And now the guitar will be in tune while this young lady is standing up with a strap on it to play it.
Stu's in the back, and he's going to try to watch the front, but I have to go pick up a prescription for Lori, and I'll hurry.
Okay.
I'll be back about 6:15 drunk.
I'll see you at 9.
Yeah.
Bring whiskey with you. All right. Strap button done, right? And the fingerboard's all polished, right? Yeah. It's looking good. Coming along here. I'm going to take the strap off of the guitar. We have matching strap buttons. Oh my goodness. And they make these straps hard to get on and off, don't they? Sons of guns. Now normally I would use a little piece of felt, but I'm completely out of it. And I don't think I'm going to field any complaints about there not being a piece of felt on this guitar. Now that I've got every tool in my box out, I'm not kidding. Oh, Cheryl, is Cheryl, oh, show me Cheryl's not in the video. I can't have Cheryl, okay, cool, she's not. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm running out of places to set guitars because I'm too busy. Running out of room. And I'll be cleaning my bench off a little later on today. In fact, probably at lunchtime, I'm gonna go ahead and clean my bench. 10:46. There we go. And get these out of the way, because I doubt I'm gonna need them on this guitar. Where's my blue? There she is.
All the way down, and you turned it all the way up. And I was, Jesus Christ, and Max, comes walking in. Now you got any coffee? He says, wow, nice and comfortable in here.
All right.
You're sitting in my chair.
There we go. Now, at least I got some stuff cleared out of the way. Here we go. We're gonna clean up a guitar.
Yeah, I'm worried to have. I'm glad I didn't go with that. My old one is an extra one. What'd you get? I got an XL. Oh. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I mean, those are.
Let's get down here. Here we go. Hey Preston, what's happening, brother? Just another day of getting paid. I got paid yesterday. At least part of it. He still owes me a bunch of money. I'll remind him of that. Let me see here. We're gonna go ahead and clean the guitar. Make this nice and pretty for this young lady. Get rid of some of this guck off of it. Isn't that looking nice already? Already looks better. some scratches in this thing. Bridge is staying put, that's a good thing. Alright, look at that. Now it's all pretty. I'd have to say that this guitar has probably been living in a environment where there's a wood stove or something with smoke, because it's pretty dirty and it's got like a film over it. So, and I'm not gonna spend the time to get all of that off of the guitar. That would be far too expensive. I could probably spend 4 hours cleaning this guitar to get all of the smoke or whatever is on this. It's got kind of a really light film of something on it. Usually that's a result of smoke, and I don't think these folks smoke cigarettes. I wouldn't ever say that, but definitely. But we're getting a lot of the dust and guck off of it, and spit. You know, we want to make it look nice and pretty for these young ladies. I know you won't be able to see everything that I'm doing here, but it doesn't matter that much. LeGrand Stereo. Hello. Huh. That was an interesting one. Huh. Not too worried about that. All right. However, a little drop of some semi-chrome polish, and we can get that spot off of the guitar. All right, might as well. And let's clean the back of this up. Isn't this fun? All right. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. All right. We are looking very good here. Somebody definitely on that other guitar did some work on the nut and really messed up the action, the string action on the guitar, and made it to the point that it was unplayable. So this one looks like somebody hadn't been messing with it. And we're just tightening up some hardware up here. Something you should check on your acoustic guitars when you have the opportunity. Okay, so we've gotten the hardware tightened up, we've gotten all that, so it's time to oil the fingerboard. And
I called this guy This is the guy that brought in, had that computer DVD
Oh,
player
yeah.
yesterday. This is what he needs. He'll need batteries and a cable.
Okay. He ought to just put a CD player in his car. Is that beyond what he wants to do?
It seemed like it.
We should. If I see him when he comes in, I'll talk to him.
And he lives out of town.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to him about
All
that.
right.
All right. Cool. Cool. So we're gonna oil the fingerboard, oil the bridge, do all that stuff. Isn't that fun? Let's get this. Gotten the fingerboard oiled, and we're gonna get the bridge oiled here. We'll pull this old saddle out of here. This is a plastic saddle, but it's not all gummed up like the other one, so we're gonna go ahead and roll with it. Get the treat the wood, make sure it lasts a good long time. Keep the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. All right. Wipe it on, wipe it off. That's about all there is to it. Good stuff. Look at all that crap that comes off of there. Amazing. Amazing. And we'll go back over the body, get any of this excess oil off of here. Something you should check for if you ever pull the saddle out of there is make sure chunks of shit didn't get down in there, because if they can, they will. Especially if your name is Marshall. Make sure no little wood chunks or chips of plastic or pieces of guitar string got stuck down in there. Alright, so now I've got a stringer up. I gotta go grab a set of strings. I'm out of strings. This one's going to go quite a bit quicker than that other setup. And something I am going to do on this one I failed to do on the other one is I'm going to angle off the end pins so that the strings don't get tied up on them. Some of these are already angled. Oh, and the other thing is, if you're using linseed oil, be careful about throwing that stuff away in your garbage can, because it will spontaneously combust. Same thing with 9-volt batteries. Cover the ends of them up if you're going to throw them away. Ask me how I know. There we go. I'm just sanding those off so that the ball ends don't get hung up on the end of these end pins. These pins had been sanded before in the past, and I probably did it, but I'm just doing them a little bit steeper angle. Alright, get her strung up here. We're going to make a land speed record stringing up a guitar. It'd be fun to look on my YouTube channel and actually count how many sets of strings I put on just on YouTube alone. That would be funny. It would probably be mind-boggling. That would be mind-boggling. It would be fun to know, though. There we go. I love how Ernie Ball packages their strings, although the waste of paper is kind of sucks, but they're individually wrapped and makes them easy to get at when putting strings on a guitar. Oops, my cable's off. There we go. Sorry about the dizziness if you're getting dizzy.
You guys need a bigger place.
Yeah, I could take up this whole half of the building with my guitar repair stuff, man. I'd have a place to put things. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that's I don't know, kind of a waste of space if you ask me, but I just work here.
Yeah, all he'll be doing the way hopefully he's coming from Portland. He will just be speaking. That's it. And so it's big, tall, empty, hard spaces. Right, he may be vocally speaking really fast and loud or whatever, but he's speaking because the sound, like I say, space, being as high as it is and empty as it is.
What's that?
I guess we're gonna rent this lady a PA system for they're doing something.
Okay, was that just the amp or the...
Well, they got some speakers and a mixer, and then somebody basically show her how to hook it up. That's something I talked to her about. She's doing the thing at the library for.
Okay, I'm not sure which system he was gonna rent her, because we got a different amplifier that's all in one. It's an all in one.
Just 1 second, I'll try that.
Gotta change batteries in my my snark. Probably. Alright. How'd we do on time? 10 minutes or so to put a set of strings on and tune it up? Let's check our string action again. Our neck relief. We want to make sure that we don't have way too much. We have way too little at this point, so we're gonna do the. Did he tell you if we're gonna do that Fender amp?
Do we have a Fender amp over here?
Well,
Oh,
yeah, it's the Acoustasonic.
that actually might be big enough to do what she needs. Well, just make sure she has a microphone.
Yeah. And we got that. We could send that whole bag with her also. With all, well, she doesn't need all that.
She wants it simple. She wants it simple as possible,
Okay.
but loud enough to do the library, the old library here.
Yeah.
The guys that's going to be doing. You want to come this way and I'll show you? Boy, I'm trying, Marshall.
So
Hello there. Hi.
this
Yeah.
is your TA,
Okay.
and let's see. I think I got it backwards to you, and I do. You got a nice long power cable,
Great.
about 10 feet long.
Okay.
And are you going to be just speaking through this?
He is, yeah, this is actually Oregon's poet laureate.
Okay.
He's kind of spoken word, and he's got a pretty full voice, but he's not singing, as far as I know, and we don't have any musicians or singers.
Well, the thing you'll want to do is make sure to have that in front of the microphone.
This in front of the microphone.
Yeah, you don't want it behind the mic because it'll go back in the mic and feedback.
Oh gosh. Yes, I was going to ask you guys about feedback.
I'm gonna plug this in and show you how it works.
Fantastic.
This is so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is so simple.
Well,
They-
Mike was saying
this
there's like
is-
a knob, Moira, because
This
I
is-
was like, I'm not a genius.
This will
Sorry.
be perfect. Literally. And this mic, I may want to send a mic with you that has an on-off switch.
That'd be great,
That
but
way-
does it? I don't care if the sound is like super, super, super beautiful. You know what I mean?
This, you could go with an acoustic guitar and a voice, and you would sound magnificent. And I've played that room. I can't even tell you how many.
Oh, really? Okay. Are you in a band?
Not anymore.
Uh-huh.
That became a little too complex.
Uh-huh.
People. No.
You mean relationships with
Oh,
people?
boy.
Oh.
There we go. We're going to send this PVI 100, one of the most notorious microphones in the history of music.
Notorious in a good way?
You can't plug these in.
You cannot. No. I see
You
that.
can try all day long and it won't work.
Okay.
So,
And what if we needed to use an extension cord? Is that going to
Yeah,
blow
no.
anything out?
no,
Okay.
this'll, if they need to use an extension cord, you could run a country mile with it.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Fantastic.
These do have a bit of a draw, but I've played full bands plugged into one outlet at that building, and it's never.
Never been a problem. Okay. And boy, I just love the way this looks.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
And
I mean,
you'll
like-
see how this thing can really work.
Mhm.
So one of the features of it is So you can tilt it back like this, which is commonly done.
Wow.
So I'm going to bring that volume all the way down. We're going to turn the effects level all the way off. I would not put any effects on it.
Okay.
And
No effects.
now,
Okay.
and you just have bass and treble, and all
Great.
that's going into it is a human voice.
Yes. Okay.
So if you listen to my voice,
Mm-hmm.
there's no bass in it.
No, but you're lower than a tenor voice.
Precisely, but there's no need to amplify the bass frequencies.
Gotcha.
You're going to be adding a bunch of dirt and mud to the signal. So, what I recommend, where I have that set at 5,
Leave it at 5.
Don't
Okay. Perfect.
So, you'll turn the power on, and you'll notice that we have no sound out of this at this point until I start turning the volume up. And as long as I'm standing behind this speaker, as you can see, it's going to be very clear in the room.
Yes.
And there's just no reverb, no echo. And are they going to want to hold the microphone, or?
You know, he said he mentioned a mic and a mic stand.
Okay, we'll make sure
but,
that.
Yeah, but only if you have it.
Yeah.
Because there it is. Okay.
So that's how simple it truly is. I just want to see if how that phase is working. And it works great. Yeah.
Do I have to touch that?
No.
Okay.
No, that's only if you had a second instrument or something like that.
So if the numbers.
Yeah, just
Look at that.
yeah.
There you are.
And your best policy. I mean, and here I am. I'm fairly close to the microphone.
Yes.
It's a good idea. Mic technique. 3 fingers or 4.
Okay.
And use the mic
Yes.
right there. And so now we can bring the volume up to make it, and you notice how.
Yes.
Now, in that room, at this volume, everybody is going to be able to hear it.
Okay.
And don't look at the number.
Okay, just
If you end up at 10, to get that voice out
stay
there.
at 10. Yeah.
And, you know, the speaker may have a specific, and I'm standing, there's starting to be a little bit of hum, and it's
I
just
hear
because
it.
of proximity. I'm way too
Gotcha.
close to it. So put this out in front of them. They
Okay.
don't need to have it pointed at them.
Okay.
Literally, while they're speaking, I would set it out in front of them.
Okay.
I don't know how
So-
tall they are.
He is not particularly tall. I would say he's maybe 5, I'm guessing, but from the photos he's
About my
a
height,
smallish guy. Yeah, 5'7".
I'm not 6 feet.
5'9".
I can't get a date. I promise. So this is sounding a little thin. I'm gonna boost. Yeah, and there we go with that. I'm gonna turn the volume down on this just a bit. I think I'm turning it down. Yeah. And don't let that number. Don't even look at the number.
Okay,
Turn
just
it
let
up till the
my sound.
volume's correct.
Okay.
And I'm just boosting because I'm noticing that out of this particular one, the bass frequencies are just not quite there, and I want it to sound nice and full, but we need to be careful with them. So I'm just touching them. So
he's got a nice, warm voice, but I would say on a higher than yours, but not squeaky and not thin
Okay.
either.
and
Fairly average.
so let's.
This is great. And it is so easy.
Yeah,
Mike is
yeah,
right.
and he's good at showing too.
No kidding, you're a good teacher.
He is an excellent
because
teacher.
Absolutely, that is a huge thing that people often discount. You know?
I think probably the best thing is to send a boom stand with you,
Okay.
which
That's a great idea.
that way the microphone can be positioned very, very clean.
Great.
He can stand in between the V,
Mm-hmm.
and this can be adjusted. I'm adjusted
Great.
just for myself.
Okay.
If he's my height, that might work perfectly for him. But again, I do recommend
You
doing
do.
something like this.
Okay.
You don't want the mic cable.
Flopping around in an ugly way. Yes.
It's asking for something to fix it. So
And Mike said he'd do 50, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'll write you up for that.
Okay, that is kind. That
So-
is kind. That is
Now,
great.
again,
For away.
yeah, just put your hand in front of the mic and try and stay in one position. If you get off to the side,
Right. Exactly.
things are going to change.
Right. And if you get too close, that's so
And-
annoying for the audience.
Yes, and you can, you'll get pops and so a good distance, you know. And
Yeah.
if you need more volume,
There it is, right there.
give it
Right.
give it some juice. And now
Yeah.
here I am. And if I know if I was at the library or
Oh boy,
at the,
we'd hear you.
yeah,
The old
no
art center,
problem.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
you might want to, yeah, and that's literally the only knob you're gonna have.
Yeah, that's what Mike said. He's like, don't worry, Moira, one knob.
Simple. And you turn the microphone off.
Okay, and that is literally the on-off switch.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We'll turn it on just so that there's no failure on that.
Gotcha.
Very careful if you're setting stuff up, not to point this microphone or be in front of it. Again,
And because that
if
would
we
be
were at
great.
the, I'd take this amp and set it right at the foot of
Yeah,
that
okay,
mic
Okay.
stand and just,
okay.
he'll hear his voice out of it.
Oh, yeah, no
and he'll
need
be
to
able
for a monitor.
he'll be able to get a little closer if he needs to,
Right.
and or further away, so he can
Yeah.
create some dynamics with the mic. That's
And
it.
in terms of, this is fantastic, in terms of, I know my coworkers have arranged the chairs, because we've got pedestals right now, lots of 3D art,
Yeah.
right, throughout that space. They're moving some of that, and then they're putting the chairs kind of facing him, right?
Sure.
Where would you put this so as not to blast
Dead
the front rows of the audience the heck out of the water? That may be tricky.
Yeah, you could potentially position it like this.
Okay.
Then it's hitting people in their ankles where they don't have ears.
Right.
So, if there's an aisleway down
Yes,
the middle,
there should be.
point it right at that eye.
Okay.
And the people off to the side, it's not going to be as loud to them. But the people in the middle, it'll be a little bit louder.
Absolutely.
You'd need 85,000 speakers to get it to, like, everybody to hear it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'd
Yeah.
recommend put it right in the middle and maybe 20 feet, or I don't know how much space you'll have. from
Right. Okay.
audience. Make sure
There's
let
a
this
good-
thing throw the sound.
Right. Yes, that's another point. Not just them.
You don't want to necessarily have it right in front of him. If
Yeah.
he wants to get up close to him,
He'll move.
he
He'll
can
walk.
move it,
Yeah.
and move.
Right.
And you can walk in front of this. And if he wants to be mobile,
Yeah.
he certainly can do that. You'll notice I'm getting this microphone awful darn close to that thing,
And it wasn't.
and
Yeah.
it's not squealing.
Yep.
And I could literally walk in front of this, and at this point,
Ah.
we're not going to get any feedback.
Okay, because you're not
I'm
close
pointing
enough
it.
to the
Yeah,
to the
but
actual.
if I walk up to this,
I
you'll
hear
start
it.
to-
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's a nice
You
one.
don't let that happen.
Right.
That's a rookie
Well,
mistake.
and he is not a rookie.
Okay.
He has
All
he's
right.
performed in
He'll-
venue. He's the his name's Anis Mojgani, and he is a two-time National Slam Poetry winner,
Does he
champion.
write song lyrics?
I don't know. I know he's actually.
I need to meet this guy.
Yeah. Well, God, if you can come,
Mm.
it's gonna. We're gonna open the doors at 6:30.
Is that tonight?
It is,
Okay.
and at 7
I've got-
o'clock.
I have guitar students.
Ah,
I'll be teaching guitar at that time.
shoot.
Yeah.
Well, if he allows a recording, I'll figure out a way to get it to you because
That'd be cool.
he's very. I mean, he even calls these performances. He doesn't necessarily call it a reading.
A reading,
Which
yeah.
is great. So, I mean, hell, he's performed at the United Nations. I mean, and he's also, seems like, a really nice guy.
I've never done
So,
anything like that.
yeah.
I played a lot of guitar in my life in front of a lot of people, but that would be a neat
Yeah.
experience. So, let me unplug this. and
Okay.
We'll just power's
And
off
power's
on the
off.
amp now.
Okay. What should I look out for in the way of, I don't want to damage anything in any way? What would you recommend? Like, is there some sneaky little thing that you're like, don't do this,
No.
or you're gonna break the whole
This
system.
is a solid state amplifier. The microphone is not an
Mm.
expensive mic.
Okay.
There's nothing spendy about any of this stuff with
Okay.
respect to the value of
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
The amp already has some dings on the back of it.
Okay.
We got that out of the way.
Okay.
An amp
Okay.
without a ding in it is like a boat parked in a garage. There you go.
Perfect.
So, if it comes back with a couple of dings, we won't even know.
Okay. Well, I imagine it will be a pretty. It's not going to be a raucous crowd.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
as
like
far
you
as
guys
I
have
know.
heavy metal going.
No. No.
This cable winds up real nicely in the
Okay.
back here, and all I'm doing is taking this power and
And tucking
making
it under.
sure it doesn't.
Yep.
It won't come loose. I
Yep.
don't want to put any zip ties or anything on that.
Right.
And what I can do
Fantastic.
here for you is just plug the microphone into this. And these are not terribly heavy.
Right.
So mobility wise,
That's great.
this is going to do everything you
we need. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh. And do you want the case on that?
What's that?
Is that, do you want the leather,
you know, let's
case
just-
over it, or what do you
No,
prefer?
let's just leave that here.
Yeah?
I'd almost rather have something get spilled on it than,
Okay.
yeah, I honestly.
Okay.
That's not that important.
Okay. We will be, yeah, we'll be careful and,
I'm just gonna fold this up.
Okay.
Like I would for myself.
okay, that folds down, easy breezy.
Make sure to tighten this.
Yeah.
When you open it up and slide it all the way down to the bottom, tighten that down.
Tighten
You
it,
know,
yep.
It's not an Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. And with this, I typically, where the mic clip is, I just fold that
Oh,
down.
that's nice, yeah,
Now,
and then
next
it's
time I
compact.
set this mic up, it's set up for me.
Fantastic.
And it sounds like he and I are probably close to the
I
same size.
think, you know, that's my
We'll
guess.
know how it
Hard to
is.
tell on a Zoom call, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's
There you go.
so
I'll let you
portable.
carry that. I'll help you out with
Oh,
that.
goodness,
Yeah.
I can take it. You don't have to do it.
I can do it.
Oh, well, thank you. Hi, I'm picking this stuff up.
This is gonna be
Marshall is a
awesome.
wonderful teacher. Seriously, he is.
So,
that's
should I let him come back tomorrow?
absolutely pay this man more because a good teacher, you know, a
I
good
like
teacher
you.
is
He's great.
hard to find. Oh
Well,
yeah.
Marshall's like the new guy. He's only been here like 16 years.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Joey, I guess, is the new guy. He's been my grandson.
Oh,
Marshall's trainee.
I am
Trainee?
no longer the new guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that
was
can
my
be a
favorite
good
thing to say.
feeling.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my god. The newbie at 16 years. Well, appreciate it. Oh my gosh. This is, yeah, fantastic because
You should just have to turn this thing on.
I know, and it's such a beautiful, I'll be back in.
Did you see the?
It's such a
That's very cool.
beautiful,
Yeah. Very good item.
beautiful
And
piece of work, you know?
he was
I
gonna put it out. I said, no. And I read it. It's so short. It's so compact and great. What Marshall said he gifted? Yeah. She said something about. He said that he'd make a gift. Did she already pay? No, he's paid.
All right.
And then I tried to talk to the guy under the fiddle. He bought the power supply, but he used it. But he could charge him 85. So. That's fine. And I put a price on that bag, but I said, "You're gonna have to."
What is it?
He said, "It looks like a banjo."
And we had, when I cleaned up upstairs, I found 2 more. So we're banjo bag rich.
All right.
Well, it's good for me to know. Yeah. Because, you know, who knows, I might have to step in and sing Climb Every Mountain or something. Really know the problem, yes.
Really, what I would do, literally just go up and turn the volume up to 5 or 6.
Okay.
And walk back in the room and listen.
And listen, exactly.
The only thing that's going to happen when people show up is they're going to lose some of the ringing reverb in the room.
Exactly, which is fine.
Just get it at a
Fine with
comfortable
me.
volume. You can walk around and count, tell you a story about whatever.
Yeah.
You walk around, you hear everywhere.
We're good. Thank you for that tip. Yes, thank you so much, Marshall.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is good.
Alright. PA 101. Yeah. Let's see. So where are we at with this thing? We got way high string action. Let's check our neck relief one more time. Kind of got interrupted, so we'll do this one more time. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna loosen this truss rod just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna call that good. My mojo's telling me stop. Now, we've got way high first fret action, so I need to address that. But first, I'm gonna address our way high string action here, where it's, oh boy, 8 64ths, and so I need to remove 6 64ths and 2 64ths, 6 64ths and 2 64ths. So I'm gonna have to take a little bit off the bottom of this saddle. 6 64ths and 2 64ths. So let's pull the saddle out of here. As soon as I get this done, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I'm hungry. Anybody else hungry? I mean, I have a snack with me, but I don't want to eat in front of everybody. What am I banging over here? Oh yeah, here we go. I'll get that out of the way. We'll see if I can get this saddle out of here with just that little bit. These usually don't have very deep, oh yeah. Alright, so we got to remove 6 64ths and 2 64ths. So we'll do that. There's my blue pen. There's my blue pen. My favorite blue pen. So we're going to remove 6 64ths from the base side and 2 64ths, or 1/32 of an inch, off of the treble side. So let's get you down here. So I want to remove 6 64ths. So let's turn this on, and we want to go to fractions of an inch, and we're going to go to 3/32. 3/32. Oop. We'll go to 13 1/28 just to be a little more accurate. Right there, and then 1/32 of an inch. Oh, come on. So we're at 0, 1/32, and we'll mark that on that side. So there's my distance that I have to take off of there, and I've got those nice marks to know where to grind it. So I've got to take more off of this end than I do off of that end, obviously. So give me a minute or so to go do some grinding on my bench grinder again. Axiom, hello. Yeah. Yeah. Lighter strings are also less likely to break. Huh? Boy, there's a lot of theory going on here. I love it. Music is theory, right? Give me a moment. I'm gonna go. What am I gonna go do? I'm gonna go take care of some some string action. I'm going to push play and I'll be back.
Mama, please don't look now. I'm your only girl and I just wanna make you proud. Mama, I'm so tired of letting you down. Tried to say sorry, but the word it wouldn't come out.
Let's see. Ooh. Oh, sorry guys. I didn't mean to interrupt that song. It's such a beautiful song. Alright. So, there's my saddle. Isn't that pretty? Plastic saddle. Get some stuff out of the way here. I got 2 empty sets of strings. And I need a razor blade. Where's my blade? There's my blade. Now I left the line, of course. You always want to sneak up on it. Always want to sneak up on it. It's about time for me to go have lunch because I know when I get this saddle back in here, this guitar is going to be pretty much ready to go home. Unless I've forgotten something. There we go. Well, let's see how we did. See if I did remove the exact right amount off of that saddle to get the exact perfect string action. Am I close? Am I close? Just by ear. Of course, you know, if you know how many sets of strings I put on a guitar and I tuned them up so many times. 5 64ths and 4 1/2 64ths. We're gonna call that good on this guitar. We're okay. Probably can make it a small adjustment. Oh, sorry, Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow alert. Sheryl Crow. Here we go. There's a beautiful chord. Isn't that awesome? So we're just about done with this thing, aside from the first fret action is too high. And because I'm so hungry, and I've already done it today, I'm gonna go eat. And I want to thank everybody for hanging with me today. I know that I teach educational stuff and don't just bullshit, so my streams are not that popular with multitudes of people, and I'm fine with that. I don't talk about food. I talk about stuff that hopefully guitar players will learn about. That's what my whole page was built on. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I'll be fixing the nut action on this, first fret action, and sending this home to a 10 or 11, 12-year-old young girl who's going to learn to play on this thing. And I want her to keep playing. So we've used 11 gauge strings on both of them. And the feedback today was about 50-50, but people are changing their votes, it looks like. I haven't had that many people on the stream. So y'all have a really wonderful afternoon. I am starving. It's time to eat. Peace, y'all. Happy St. Patrick's Day.